week.
Yes.
And you must have wondered what was in it.
Yes.
Well, it's actually a survival kit for the new team. Because there are many things that they will need. And Jane, you need to come up here beside me. This is quite important. It's the community lists for next year. Just in case you forget who is living where. Another little thing. A box of tissues. Because there'll be moments when you might need those. You just never know. No? Hang on. Now, I know Butte Gardens is not really accessible at the moment. But when you get back into Butte Gardens, the keys of the door. You might need those. Now, let's see what else here. Now, this is the holy bit.
Oh.
When Dorothy and I went to Paris for the day to see Sophie, we brought you a candle back. And it says that Madeleine Sophie, priez pour nous. And I think you will often need to say that prayer. And may Sophie be with you in all your deliberations. Well, I'm going to give you the bag again. Here's one just to start with. Bag to start with. In case you forget what day of the week it is, because sometimes this job makes you do that. You forget what day of the week it is, what year it is. A calendar for next year. And the all-important mobile phone. I've switched mine off. I think it's been on 24/7 for the last 6 years. Got a nice little red case so that when it's in your bag and you're not sure where it's ringing, at least you'll see it. And this I thought was very important. It's a notebook. It says, "Don't panic." It's even got a pen on the side of it that says, "Don't panic." So in those moments when you might feel that you just don't know where to go next, open the notebook and write it down. No. This bag is
shopping.
This is a memory key for all the documents that you need to have on your computer. What on earth policy is this or that or the other? It's all on here. Don't lose it. Yes. Now, Lorraine and Sue, Lorraine, you need to come as well, because this is for all of you. Okay. Now, when you have your first team meeting, I know you're meeting up in Munsley for a few days, you might need to celebrate or commiserate with each other. And in case there aren't enough glasses, because all the glasses in Butte Gardens have been packed up. And Beverly, and because Lorraine is on the team and everything has to be spick and span, they're new coasters. And that's it. All I can say, if you love this job as much as I have done, it'll be wonderful. It's been the most amazing service that I have ever given, ever in my life. And it's just been wonderful. And the thing that you need to remember is that you've got the support of all these people behind you, because you cannot do it without them. So, good luck. I'm not going to let Margaret have the last word. I
I knew she was cooking something because she was telling me, and I thought she could embarrass me enormously. But it's not been too bad. Either I run away now, or we really use all of that, and all of you. But I want to say a special thank you to Margaret, because she has spent a long time making sure that I've got all the bits and pieces and files and so on that I shall need. And actually, it's quite good it's on that little stick, because if I'm not going to be able to get into number 3, I'll need it in some other form. But Margaret has had so many difficulties with number 3, well, and the Treasurer's Office too. So it's been a double difficulty for her to pack up in time, so I'm really very grateful. Another couple of things. One is that the gift we gave Margaret, or the gift we gave all the team, was an M&S voucher, because you can do what you like with that. But there's a bit of a background to Margaret. As those of you who've ever lived with Margaret, and I did in the 70s, especially in her early life, if life got too difficult for her, a little bit of retail therapy was what went a long way. But in January of this year, she said to our community at Oxford that she felt she wasn't going to buy any new clothes at all this year. Well, it lasted a few months, and she compensated by taking us out to get our new clothes. And then about April, I think it was, she bought some new shoes, but shoes are not clothes, you understand. Was it May? Well, when it came to thinking of what gift we might give her, Lorraine said, well, she's got her eye on a lovely cardigan, but of course she can't get it. So we thought, right, and we sent Lorraine off to get it, I think with Margaret. But then when they found it, it wasn't quite the right one. Oh. So hopefully with the voucher, Margaret, you can get what you want without feeling at all guilty that you've broken your pledge. And finally, we all know that Margaret's gifts are going to be used and used and used once she's had a bit of a break, hopefully. But I think what she has been developing over these last 6 years, real entrepreneurial skills. I believe you've raised £1,000 with your Janet Stewart cards and calendars. So I think Margaret will have to be our new marketing manager and really bring in the shuttles. But Margaret, thank you very much indeed, and I'll be relying on you for it. Thank you, everybody.
There's one person I would like to thank, and that's Robert. He is the most obedient RSC chair. So, Brother Robert, thank you. And I tell you something, we've almost done Janet's first miracle. We might get to tea on time. And for those of you who made the retreat, if you remember, we ate in the terrace rooms, and that's actually where we're going to meet for